Hi everyone, it's me, Jose Segura, your SMEEA president. Welcome to this episode of Fireside Chat with the President. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. So with this episode, we're really going to focus on bargaining, the negotiations process. Now in the spring of last school year, your site reps came out and they held what we called issues inquiries. And it was our negotiating team, your negotiating team, who put all of this together. And there was one main question, right? Working together, what can we do to make our work life better? And then you all responded in an amazing amount of different ways. There was no categories, there was no organizing of information. It was all about you being able to respond how you felt, we could make, working together, how could we make our work life better? And all this was in preparation for our next cycle of negotiations. Here's a copy of our current contract. It expires at the end of this school year, so at the end of June 2020. And we want to make sure that we have our next or our successor contract in place when this one expires. So we had a ton of responses, over 940 individual responses to these issue inquiries. And your negotiating team spent a ton of time reading through every single one of those and creating categories for them. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go visit with Jonathan Beyea. Jonathan Beyea is the lead negotiator for SMEEA. He's had that role for several years now, and he is the one who put together the issues inquiry process and really helped move it along. So let's go talk to Jonathan about what we did or what they did with all of that information once you filled out your Post-its and put them onto your site's boards, and where do we go from here? So let's go visit Jonathan. Hey Jonathan, good to see you.
Good to see
All right,
you.
so I'm here with Jonathan Beyea, the SMEEA lead negotiator. Like I said, he's been our lead negotiator for quite a while. And so I want to talk to Jonathan real quick about what happened after you all did your issues inquiry at your site. You did your Post-its, you got all that set up. Where did that go and what happened? So Jonathan, what happened with all that?
Well, the team and I gathered up all the comments that came in from the reps. We combined those with the comments that we recorded when we met with some subgroups of the membership.
There you go.
So we took all the comments, basically spread them out, read through them all, and then as we read through them, tried to decide what was the gist or the theme that was represented by the comments on each chart. Sometimes there was one obvious one, like get more subs. Other times there were several items. So when you see the summary statements, some of them are shorter. Those are comments that were more about one or two main ideas. And then others have multiple statements because the comments were on multiple subjects.
So was it helpful for members when they filled out their Post-its not to try to categorize it, but just simply to put down their thoughts or their ideas of how could we work together to make their work life better?
Yes, it was helpful because we weren't really looking to pick winners and losers this time in terms of which items had the most votes or comments, if you will.
Okay.
We really just wanted to hear what the members had to say, and so it was a great opportunity to really directly engage with members.
That's awesome. So if you've noticed while Jonathan and I have been talking, on your screen you've actually seen snapshots of the different posters, all the different Post-its printed on or posted on them with the headings on the top of what that particular category was. So if you're curious about that, those are the posters that Jonathan and the rest of the negotiating team created based off of your comments. Okay, so now that we have the summary, which folks can go back to the email that this video was attached to and
Yes.
take a look at, what happens with that information?
That information has been presented to the executive board and will be used to determine the priority for the items that we bring to the table for negotiations this cycle.
Okay, great. So remember I said in the intro video that our contract ends at the end of this school year, so we're looking for the successor or the next contract. And so this information that comes straight from you all is going to be the driver of that next contract. So thanks everybody for participating in that. Hey Jonathan, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, okay, well that was great. Hey Jonathan, thanks a lot for all of that. It was great to hear from him and to hear what the next steps are in this process. So the email that this video was attached to also includes the summaries of all of the categories that were created out of the issues inquiry responses. So if you want to kind of get an idea of where we're going, that list of summarized categories is a great document for you to take a look at. And we really appreciate all the hard work of our folks on the bargaining team, both Jonathan, the chair, and all of our bargaining team members. All right, the only other thing I want to add to this video is that Next week, we're going to start putting out the PD for Me sign-up forms. We'll have all of our classes set by then. We have some really exciting stuff coming up. We're really looking forward to it. So if you're interested in PD for Me classes, our free to SMEEA member workshops, classes, activities, and clubs, then when those forms come out, sign up for whatever you're interested in, and we'd love to have you come out and participate in PD for Me, right? These kind of de-stressor events that are just for our members. And anyway, we're super excited about that. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time at our next Fireside Chat with the President.